Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Ragecrafter, with another video. And don't worry about me, I did not slip on black ice while shoveling the snow, so we're good to go. Anyways, I've got a treat for you here today with these 75258 Anakin's Pod Racer Lego set. Now this is one out of the 5 sets that were made to celebrate 20 years of Lego Star Wars, as you can see, 1999 to 2019. Now with each one of these sets, it included a exclusive minifigure that was released in 1999, but was it's like made as a new version, so it's not old or anything and all that. But with regards to the availability of this set, I was able to find it on places like eBay or Walmart. Walmart for the retail price of $30 in the United States. On eBay, a little bit more expensive, but not to the point where it's just unfair and just not worth it. So I would recommend, finding this set soon if, you want to get it, you don't have it, and maybe you want to add it to your collection. I would definitely recommend getting this set soon, but we'll have to look more into it to see if it's really worth your money. Now let's take a look at the side of the box. See, we got some marketing, kind of like copyright stuff. Let's see on the top. So it says 20th anniversary, and this like a scale of how big the exclusive minifigure is. Here we have, this one's Luke Skywalker. Oh, cool. Yeah, I was only able to get this one since when I was younger. Like, I didn't even think about getting this one. Yeah, 2 years ago. But anyways, here on the back of the box shows, I guess, some of the features of the set. Then with the other 4 exclusive minifigures and the other 4. So that's pretty interesting. Oh, it even shows a picture of the original one. I'm excited to build this set and take a look at it for you guys. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Now that we have completed the build, I'd like to go over all the figures that are included with this set. First off here, we have Padme Amidala. She's the first character in the set. As you can see, her outfit features a lot of blue color to it on her arms and on her dress, I suppose, with, let's see, the buckle of her belt looking red. And on the front, seems like got some nice cloth stitching detail. Not sure if you can see it, maybe I'll move it closer. But that's what it is. Then as well as having some indentation around the hips to show that this is a female character. Then on the back, if I take off the hairpiece, then it will uncover her back printing with a blue robe and some kind of like mesh for the cloth, as I described before. It also unveils her second printed face, which is more of an angry look. And then on the front side, she has a more calm, relaxed, tranquil face. Now the printing on the face is actually very, what would you say, sharp and bold. It doesn't look washed out at all. But if you take a look on the neck area here on her torso, it looks a little bit more like a white color. It's not as skin tone, flesh tone as the hands or the head or the face. So that's one thing I hope that Lego Star Wars will improve on in the future, which I think this year they actually have. I've seen a few videos explaining this this mistake that's been made and how it's been improved on. So I'll be looking forward to seeing that. Then, in regards to her hairpiece, it's very intricate, detailed, as you can see with all the braids running down and across. So I like that about this character as well. I don't really understand why she includes a blaster, because there's no enemies or anything to fight. But I guess it's just a nice added touch to this character. Then her pants are black and the legs are the shorter, more like younger child type, I think, instead of the full-grown adult legs that are used. But that's all I have to say for this minifigure. Now let's move on to the next one. Here we have the second minifigure in this Lego set. His name is Anakin Skywalker, the younger version as a child. He is the featured pilot or pod racer, you would say, in this set. His printings are very similar to those in previous sets, such as the Naboo Starfighter. But just to quickly overview his outfit here, his clothing is mostly tan, a tan color, with I can see like some necklace, which I like they got that detail down for him. His belt is more of a brown, I guess, kind of like a light brown, I don't know, but that's nice as well. Then a little bit of like some lines for just like ruffled detail. Then on the back, it then completes the rest of his belt or utility belt, you know. He's got some like pockets here for some tools or whatnot. And his legs are also the child type legs, the shorter ones that are also tan. He includes this wrench because, well, he's I guess a mechanic, you know. If his pod racer gets damaged, then he'll have to do repairs on it, and you need tools to do that if you didn't know. Moving on, he has a pilot's helmet, pilot helmet with these little goggles that snap on, so you can lift them up and down like that. Just take a closer look at that. This looks very nice. The molding is pretty bold. I like it. You know, there's no like indents or anything. But if I take off his helmet, you can take a look at his face, which is the first face is a little bit more just, what'd you say, kind of like confused almost, because one of his eyebrows is like raised, I think. I'm not really sure, but he also has some, I noticed that on his face he has some freckles, and I didn't really see that before, so that's nice as well. Then he has a second printed face on the back, which is more of a like happy, kind of like, I'm not sure, not really relieved, but more pleasant smile than on the front. Now let me say that on this minifigure, the print on the face was a little bit more dull and faint, which was kind of surprising to me because the one on Padme Amidala was pretty sharp. So I'm not sure what happened there, but I guess it just has to do with factory printing or whatnot. But that's all I have to say for this figure. Let's move on to the third and final figure. Here in front of you is the third, last but not least, figure included with this Lego set. This is the original 1999 Luke Skywalker. I'm pretty sure he appeared in the X-Wing Starfighter set. I'm not sure if he appeared in any other sets in 1999, but that's the only one I can think of right now, just off the top of my head. As you can see, the prints are pretty minimalistic, you know. For the time, they didn't have, the ability to add more detail to their figures. So this is pretty much what you got at the time. But this one, unlike the original version, this little like mechanic breathing apparatus is silver, and I think it actually reflects. I'm not sure if you can see it, but if I move it around, you can see that shines in the light. However, on the back, it has this 20 years of Lego Star Wars print, which I think is pretty cool and adds to the exclusivity of this figure because it's not like the other one. So I like that as well. It's reflective with the silver. On the print of this writing, it has some white outlining, so that adds a little bit detail, so that's nice. And of course you have your helmet mold. It's got these insignias on them for the rebellion, and then it's also got like yellow and black stripes as well, and there's a red stripe that goes across the top. There is no second face on the back, because well, that isn't what it had on the original one, so makes sense. But his face is pretty neutral, I guess you could say. Just calm, maybe focused, I'm not really sure, but that's what I can make of his facial expression. This Luke Skywalker figure also includes a lightsaber, which is nice because you know he's a Jedi, so that's cool. Then I guess the last thing to talk about is this little stand that's included with him. It has this printing of the 20 years Lego Star Wars and also the name of the figure. I guess if you didn't know, just when you have it on display in your room or something, and people will know, hey, look, it's Luke Skywalker. So I like that they included this, you know, just to make it look a little bit more like low profile when you have it on display. But that's gonna wrap up the minifigure section for this Lego set, and now let's move on to the build. Here in front of you is the build included with the Anakin's pod racer. Pod racer, obviously, it's, well, the pod racer, you know. There are included extra parts, I guess, in case you lose some, because they are tiny, like the lightsaber hilt. So that's nice to include. But on other terms, let's talk about some of the design aspects of this build. Let's start out with the cockpit here. As you can see, I read in the instruction manual that from the original design they used to use the antenna pieces to make the little handles, I guess control sticks or whatnot, used to drive or fly the pod racer. And now they use, I forgot what it's called, I could check. Let me look. I remember reading it when I opened this. It's in design. Where is it? I don't exactly remember the piece. I thought I saw it. But then they use these, like, I'll just call them, like, I'm not sure what I used to call them in the past, but I guess they're like hinge pieces or something. Oh, whoops. Yeah. But I like that as well. There are a lot of decals or stickers used to create all these symbols all around the model, as you can see, like on I guess this is the back, like some like backrest, you know, for the minifigure. And then these side panels also have some cool looking symbols. On the front, they have these cool blue stripes. So I appreciate that aspect to this design. Now, I'm guessing that these are like wings or something, like fins for it, because they can fold up and down. But that's nice as well. Then on the underside here, there are these hinges for the, I guess, cable to connect the engines to the cockpit. So that makes it look a lot more accurate to the actual pod racer in episode 1. Moving down to the engine, you see it's hooked up here with this it's almost like arm silver piece, and then it's on a hinge, so it doesn't really move anymore because it's connected, so I can't really move it that well, but it will stay pretty secure. Now moving on to the actual engine, as you can see, they used all these intricate pieces to make this design. And at first I actually thought that this was going to be at the front and not this. I'm not sure why I did, but just because of my understanding of how engines work in real life, that these would be the intakes, these cones for, you know, the aerodynamics and working of the engine. But these are at the back, I guess, for the thrust instead, which is also cool, you know, something a little different than you'd expect. Now I like how they have the hints of blue at the front. Yeah, that also makes it stand out a little bit more. Then with the yellow mark, the yellow also makes it stick out, you know, because at the back it looks a little dull just with the blue and gray, but then at the front it really lights up with the yellow flaps and hinge pieces. And then talking about these windbreaker flaps, they are connected with these different type of hinge pieces that move in sections. So that's cool as well. There's also stickers on here for, I'm not sure if those are supposed to be symbols or some indication like stay away or something, because you can get hit with it, but that's what it is. And here in the middle we have these transparent pink or purple, not really sure, lightning pieces. I guess we're meant to make the connection between the two, you know, like in the Star Wars movie. I think that actually makes it stand out a lot, you know. Looking at it from here, you see, oh, look, the pink. That looks pretty cool. And then here on the other end, you know, find similar design as well. It's mixed up a little bit if you can't tell. Like, let's see, on the side, I think, here. I think they look a little different. I'm not really sure, but that's what it's looking like. And on the bottom, they use these, I'm not sure what color this is. It's like a sand orange, I think, for these bottom like panels. I guess for extra like detail, like paying attention to like the aerodynamics of the pod racer. And they actually use these cool sword pieces. I've never seen this before. I guess those are meant to be like another panel to like keep things together. It's more of a detail than really structure, function, but you know, it adds all that little bit of detail that, you know, at the end of the day we appreciate, and it makes it look nice. And here, as if you couldn't tell already, well, there are these clear pieces that are used to almost like simulate that this is levitating or hovering over the ground. And these Technic pieces all act as like a stand for it. So actually the two halves of the set, they balance each other out, and that's how it's not falling down. Because originally with just this, it would fall and I'd be like, what? But then at the end, you know, they balance and it looks really nice. So taking a look at this, there's a lot of Technic rods here that are put in to connect the engines together like this. And then at the back, you can see that there's these different pieces that have like the plates on them, and the whole cockpit actually sits on top of 3 2x2 like plates that have like Technic ends attached to them, so they're like connections are right there, as you can see. So the structural design of all this is very innovative, as it doesn't really take away much of the like displayability, you know. So that has to do with all the details and design aspects of this set, with all the building techniques and whatnot. So now we can talk about the play features included with this set. So the first one I'd like to talk about is probably these hinges. I guess you could change them if you want, you know, it's just your choice whether you want them down like this or up. So I guess I'll just keep them up, but that's really what it is. Then another feature is you can take a minifigure. Here we have Anakin, or you can take Luke Skywalker even if you want, you know, or any other minifigure you have, and place them in the cockpit. So here I'll just remove this wrench, put his goggles on, and you can just put him in there. And you could have him hold on the handles, quote unquote, and you can, you know, drive off and race whoever, I guess. There isn't a second pod race included, which is I don't know if it's disappointing, but, well, the set would be more expensive if it included 2 pod racers instead of just 1. Regardless, this is still a pretty awesome set. Let's see, another play feature we got are these windbreakers. You can open up like so you can like pretend that when you're racing you want to like slow down, you can open them up like that and then close them back up if you want. And then I suppose another play feature would be being able to hold this. This is almost like a handle, you know? So you could hold it like this, or like this, and then just run around while you're flying it, you know, pretending. And you can see like this, all these technic structures make it very sturdy. So I'm like shaking it around, putting a lot of, you know, vibrating it a lot, and it's you know, that's not budging. It's not gonna break apart on its own. Of course, if you drop it, well, some pieces are gonna come off. You probably have to reinforce the well, more like strengthening the connections again, you know, pushing some of the pieces together if you drop this, but won't really cause that much damage. And then you can just set it back down and it's good to go, you know. It's in landing position, I guess. Not really sure what it looks like in landing position. So I would say the rest of the playability out of the set is really up to your imagination. You know, if you have other sets that you want to like race or battle with, then you can do that, and that would be a lot of fun. Let me tell you that. Now I am going to go over my personal opinions and reflections over the set while testing it out for myself, playing with it for a little bit, and I thought the overall design is very accurate to the real pod racer. I would definitely recommend this personally if you're interested in this pod racer or in LEGO Star Wars in general. This set is still available in some retail websites and stores, so I would definitely recommend to look for it if you're in the market for LEGO Star Wars pod racers. Now, this set does give a lot of exclusivity and, well, I guess a rare figure, you know. What else? I do think this set is worth the $30. It's definitely not overpriced for having 3 figures and a very nice build that you can display in your office or at home in your room, you know, on a shelf. It actually looks pretty nice. I put it on one of the shelves in my basement, and it looks pretty good, you know, not gonna lie. Pretty spiffy. So, to conclude this build and review, I like to say I am most impressed with what this set has to offer, especially for the exclusive figure. Definitely, if you're looking for this, you should get this set. And that will have to wrap up this build and review of the LEGO Star Wars Anakin's Pod Racer 20th Anniversary Edition. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to press like, subscribe if you're new and you want to see more content like this. Hope you're all having a nice day. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.